2x minus 3, x minus 4 greater than equal to 4 minus 2, x minus 7, where x belongs to whole numbers. This is the question. Okay. So first what we'll be doing, left hand side will simplify. So we'll open the bracket. 2x minus 3 into x, 3x. Minus 3 into minus 4, minus or plus 12. It will be plus 12, minus 3 into minus 4. Greater than equal to 4 minus 2x. Minus 2 into minus 7, minus 14. Okay. Simplify them. It will be how much? Minus x plus 12. Greater than equal to minus 2x minus, okay, 1 minute, here it is plus. Minus 2 into minus 7 plus 14. Okay. So plus 18. Understood this one? Now x on one side and constants on other side. So variables on one side, minus x plus 2x greater than equal to 18 minus 12. It will be how much? X greater than equal to 6. When x belongs to whole numbers, we have to represent. Okay. Greater than equal to 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can mark any number, 5, 6, 7 also, it's fine. Then arrow you can mark. So greater than equal to 6. 6 is included, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then arrow, bold the arrow. Understood this one? Any doubt? It is A66. We're starting the chapter, direct and inverse relation. This is on page number A66. Inequations, we're discussing solutions of inequations. Okay. Linear inequations. Okay. This is clear?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Third, fifth. Yes.
Sir, I want to ask, sir, revision exercise 2 will not come of this chapter equations.
Do the revision exercise. Okay.
Sir, it is excluded.
Here in this excluded portions will be there. So it's here first won't be there, second won't be there, third won't be the fourth, fifth. Solve the following equations. Okay, sixth question you have to solve. Seventh won't be there. Eighth will be there. Ninth and 10th are there. Okay. So 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, these 4 questions you have to
only
solve.
4 questions.
Yes, 6, 8, 9, 10. 7th is not in syllabus. Okay. Rest question we have, okay, rest question as well we haven't done earlier as well. Okay, leave them.
So
okay?
can you explain 5th second?
5th second. Okay, 5th second, see here 15, 2x minus 7 and then 7. Okay. This is the question. 15, 2x minus 7, 7, and x belongs to real numbers. X belongs to real numbers. Okay, so we have to solve this one. So what first we'll do? We'll add 7 on both sides because 7 minus 7 we have to remove. So 15 plus 7 greater than 2x greater than 7. Okay, this is one. Okay, other way as well I'll tell. Plus 7 as well. Okay, on all the three, on the 3 sides we have added plus 7. Yes.
Sir, why we added plus 7 on both sides?
See here. Okay, see here. If I'm writing 5 plus x equal to.
Sir, which question is this?
18. Okay, it is 5th second. Okay, if I'm writing like this, I can on both the sides, if I add any number, same number, if I add, the equation remains same. The equation will hold. If I add or subtract the same number on left hand side as well as right hand side, the equation holds. So I can add plus 2 plus 2. The equation doesn't change. The solution will always be same. So what I'm doing, See, I'm separate. See here, we have to solve the middle part. In middle part, it has to be x only. So how we can solve? First, we have to remove -7. How we can remove -7? If we add +7 on all the three sides. Okay. So I have added +7 all the three sides. So 15 plus 7, here -7 plus 7, 0. Here 7 plus 7. Now it will be how much? 22, 2x, 14. Now it has to be x here. So all the three are divided by 2. If I divide by 2, what happens? 11 greater than x greater than 7. This is fine. Or you can solve it like this as well. 1 minute. 15 greater than 2x minus 7 greater than 7. Take this first and solve. 15 greater than 2x minus 7. Okay. So 7 and on that side, it will be 15 plus 7 greater than 7 greater than 2x. 22 greater than 2x. Or 2 on that side, 11 greater than x. Okay. This is fine. Now solve this side. 2x minus 7 greater than 7. 2x greater than 7 on the side, 7 plus 7, 14. Now divide by x greater than 7. Now club them, 11 x greater than 7. Understood this one? You can solve this way or this way. Okay, now represent on the number line. Okay, see here, x is less than 11 plus but greater than 7. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is real number line. X is greater than 7, but not including 7. So a circle, a hollow circle. And then these whole numbers are included up to 11. 11 as well is not included, so hollow circle. This will be our answer. Or you can write it like this as well, x. Okay, you can write it, the equation as well like this. This is fine. Any more doubts you have? Understood this?
Sir, can you explain fourth second?
Fourth second. Fourth second. Later. So fourth second, 5x minus 2. 5x minus 2. So here you all have to revise that factorize, okay, fundamental operations. If you are not able to solve the questions, please revise that. 9x minus 3, 2x minus 4. This is the question where x belongs to natural number. Okay, so open the bracket, 5x minus 10 greater than 9x minus, open the bracket, 3 to the 6, x minus 3 into minus 4 plus 12 plus 12. X on one side. Okay, first solve this one. 5x minus 10 greater than 9x minus 6x, 3x plus 12. X on one side, constants on other side. 12 plus 10. It will be how much? 2x greater than 22. X greater than 11. Okay. Now represent it. It's natural numbers. So draw the number line. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Greater than 11. Natural numbers 12, 13, 14. And then bold the arrow. Since 15, 16, 17, etc. they are included up to infinity. So this is the answer. Okay. Any more doubts? Yes.
Can explain.
Again, what to explain? Where you haven't understood? Which point you haven't understood? Okay, see, whenever you have doubt, raise the hand immediately and tell me that you haven't understood this step. So see here, we opened the bracket, 5x minus 10. Here as well, we opened the bracket, 3 into 6, 6x, minus 3 into minus 4, plus 12. 5x minus 10, solve this one, 3x plus 12. X on one side and constants on other side. Samiksha, I'm not able to hear you. Can you repeat? 2x greater than 20. Yes?
Question number first.
Question number? Fifth first. Okay. This is clear. Any doubt in this question? Anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fifth first. 4. This I have solved last time in class.
Sir,
Haven't you gone through
sir,
the video? Yes?
sir, when we want to represent numbers on number line and sir variable is equals to real number, sir, then why we draw hollow circles and dark circles?
Okay. I'll tell you that. Less than 9. Okay, I'll tell you in this case. Okay. X belongs to integers. Okay, this. So see here, if here x belongs to real numbers. So see here, x is greater than 11, but 11 is not included. So if they are real numbers, then 11, 12, 13, 14. Real numbers means all these numbers are included. That infinite numbers on the line, they all will be included. See here, 11 is not included, so we draw the hollow circle. It denotes that 11 is not included. But all the other numbers, that is 11.00000001 is included. 11.01 is included. 11.001 is included, but 11 is not included. This hollow cylinder circle represents 11 is not included, and these all numbers are included. If 11 equal to sign is there, it means 11 is as well included if real numbers. So we draw it filled circle. Understood now? Now solve this one. Okay. See here, 4 less than, open the bracket, minus x minus 2. Okay. I think I know where you have made the mistake. This is fine. Now see here, add plus 2, 4 plus 2, minus x minus 2 plus 2, minus x less than 9 plus 2. It will be how much? 6 less than x less than 11. Here it is minus x. Now see here, either we have to divide by minus 1 or multiply by minus 1, all the three. If we divide and multiply by minus negative number, the sign reverses. Always remember this one. If we divide or multiply by the negative number, the sign reverses. So it will be how much? Minus 6, sign changes. X minus 11. Understood this one? Maybe here you are making the mistakes. Okay, now represent, find the solution set and represent. So now you can write, it is integers. So what is the solution set? Minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. So it lies between minus 6 and minus 11. Okay. Minus 6 is greater than minus 11. Okay, not 11. Minus 11. Now see here, x is greater than minus 11. Or you can write it further as minus 11 x minus 6. Like this also you can write. Okay. So x is greater than minus 11. So minus 11, minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, minus 6, minus 4. Okay. Now which all will be included? X is greater than minus 11, minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, minus 7. X is less than minus 6. So these 4 numbers will be included. Okay. This will be the answer. Understood now? So here As we multiply or divide by a negative number, the sign reverses. They reverse. The inequality signs reverses. Understood this one? And minus 6 is smaller than minus 11. So x is greater than minus 11, minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, minus 7. Understood? Any more doubts?
Sir, can you explain fourth one? Sir, fourth one.
Fifth, fourth. Okay, fifth, first, as plain, second as well, third. Okay, fourth. And see here, everyone, please do revise the fundamental operations. Okay, that is important chapter. Fifth, fourth. Minus, this I explained it some time back, I think. Minus 4, minus 2, x plus 8. 8. X belongs to real number, okay? So first open the bracket. Minus 4. Okay. So minus 2x minus 2 plus 8 minus 16. 8. Now plus 16 on all the three sides. So minus 4 plus 16 less than equal to minus 2x less than 8 plus 16. So how much it will be? 12. And here 24. Understood this one? Okay. Now see here. We have to divide by minus 2. If we are dividing by minus 2, what will happen to the signs? They will change. Sign will change. X 12 divided by minus 2. 24 divided by minus 2. It will be how much? Minus 6 greater than x greater than minus 12. Okay. See, this is smaller as compared to this one. You can write it like this as well. Minus 12. What asks again?
In revision exercise second, which questions we have to solve?
Just wait for a minute. Now mark the
How
answer.
it is?
Okay. 1 minute. Equal to sign we forgot. Okay. This is there.
Sir, but the negative signs are not removed. Sir, how it happened?
How it happened? We have removed the negative number from negative sign from x. From x, we have to remove. And see here, this step is. See this step. Here we have a negative number. So we have to remove the negative number. Well, how we can remove the negative number? By dividing all the three by negative number. By minus 2 if we divide this by minus 2, this by minus 2, this by minus 2. And if we divide by negative number, what happens? The inequality sign must change. It must reverse. So as you divided by minus 2, what will happen to this sign? It is less than equal to, it will become greater than equal to. Less than will become greater than. This is clear? So minus 6, this is the answer. So see, a minus 12 is smaller as compared to minus 6. X is greater than minus 12. So minus 12, minus 11, minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, minus 6. Okay. Now x is greater than minus 12. So 12 is not included. Minus 12 is not included. So circle on minus 12. And all these numbers are included. Okay. Up to where? 6. And see here, 6 is included. So fill the circle. Understood now? If you doubt, ask again. Understood or not? Either you can solve from here or you can write one more step. It is minus 12 or minus 6. This is smaller as compared to this one. Any doubt you have now? Okay. Now in yes. In revision exercise, you have to solve 6th question, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7 is not there, 8, 9, 10. 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yes. Okay, now we can start. So see a page number AP3, direct and inverse variations. We'll start with direct and inverse variations. Okay. So first we'll be discussing direct variations. And what do you mean by variations? See, if there is change in one quantity, it will lead to change in other quantity as well. If one quantity changes, the other quantity as well changes. Okay. For example, I am taking here pen. Okay. Number of pen. And here cost of pen. As number of pen changes, cost of pen as well will change. Yes or no? If see here, 2 pen are there and their cost is rupees 10. If 2 pen are there, their cost is rupees 10. If number changes to 4, that is number is changing from 2 to 4, the cost will change to rupees 20. Cost as well changes. So as the number changes, cost of the pen as well changes. Understood this one? So total cost of the pen changes. So number of pen is what? This is independent quantity. And this is dependent quantity. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
So we are having dependent quantity, independent. This is our independent quantity. This is our dependent quantity. Since cost of the pen depends on number of pen, how many pens we are buying, on that total cost will depend. This is our independent quantity. This is our dependent quantity. Okay. Now see here how these are varying. As number of pen is increasing, cost is as well increasing. Number of pen will keep on increasing, cost of pen will keep on increasing. It means how it is varying? It is direct variation. It is direct variation or direct proportion. It is in direct proportion. See here, if the number of pen is increasing, the cost of pen will increase. It means they are in direct variation. They are in direct variation or direct proportion. For example, if I take it as, so number of pen, ratio of, if I take the ratio of number of pens, it will be how much? 2/4. If I take the ratio of the cost, it will be how much? 10/20. If we simplify, it will be 1/2. If we simplify, it will be 1/2. See here. So if they are in direct variation, that means ratio of number of pens equal to ratio of cost. Ratio of cost. Okay. Ratio of number of pens is same as ratio of the cost. They are in direct variation. They are in direct proportion.
Sir, page number?
Page number AP3. Page number AP3. This is clear? Ratio of number of pens is same as ratio of cost. It means ratio of pens is how much? 2/4. And ratio of cost 10/20. This is same. So in direct variation, if one quantity is increasing, independent quantity is increasing, the dependent quantity will as well increase. Okay. If number of pens is increasing, their cost will as well increase. So in direct variation, if one quantity is increasing, the independent quantity is increasing, the dependent quantity will as well increase. This is clear? These are called as direct variations. Okay. Now inverse variation will be what? If one quantity is increasing, the other dependent quantity will decrease. We can see as well, for example, if we take it, okay. Here we are taking food. See here, food is limited. And here, number of persons. Okay. For example, I'm taking 8 persons. Okay. 8 persons, the food lasts for 4 days. So food, and here we are taking here, number of days. Okay. Here we are taking number of days the food lasts. Number of days the food lasts. Okay. Now see here, 8 persons are there. The food lasts for 4 days. Okay. As I'm increasing the number of persons, 16. The food will last for how many days? 2 days. Number of persons are increased, but number of days the food lasts decreases. So food lasts decreases. So here number of persons is increasing, but days are decreasing. Days are decreasing. It means they are in inverse variation. More the number of persons, less the number of days. More the number of persons, less the number of days. So they are in inverse variation. How? If we take the ratio of number of persons, it will be 8 upon 16. It will be 8 upon 16. And number of days, ratio of number of days. It will be how much? 4 divided by 2. It is how much? 1 upon 2. It will be how much? 2. It means ratio of number of persons equal to 1 upon ratio of number of days. That is, they are in inverse relation. They are in inverse variation. They are inverse variation. They are varying inversely. That is, number of persons is increasing, but number of days is decreasing. Number of persons increasing, number of days decreasing. So more the number of persons, less the number of days. More persons, less days. That is inverse relation. That is inverse relation. That is inverse variation. Ratio of number of persons is how much? 1 by 2. And ratio of number of days? 2. Understood this one? Or we can write 18 upon 16 equal to how much? 1 divided by ratio of number of days. 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2. 8 upon 16 equal to 2 upon 4. Okay. Understood this one? Direct and inverse variation. This will be more clear as we solve the question. So for example, first question. Okay. First question, first part I solve. Second you will solve. Okay. So read the question first part. In exercise, read the question first. Read it and try to understand. So question is, a dozen notebooks cost 186. Dozen notebook cost 186. That means cost of 12 notebooks is how much? Cost of 12 notebooks is how much?
186.
186. Okay. And what you have to find? Cost of 8 such notebooks. Cost of 8 such notebooks. So first I'm doing by unitary methods that you usually mostly follow. So cost of 12 notebooks, rupees 186. Cost of one notebook, how much?
186 upon 12.
186 by
186 upon
12.
12.
12. Okay, understood. Now, cost of 8 notebooks, how much?
The answer came into 8.
Into 8. Okay, this will be our answer. Okay, so how much it is coming? 124 rupees. 124. Okay, this is one method. Okay, this is one method. Okay, second, 12 notebooks. Here, number of notebooks we are taking. Okay, here, cost of notebook, because cost we have to find. So on the right side, cost. 12 notebooks, how much? 186. 8 notebooks, let it be X. Okay, now number of notebooks decreases, cost
Sir, but the
decreases.
cost of 8 notebooks is 124. Why you have
1 minute,
written
1
X?
minute. Okay, I'm taking an X. We do not know for timing. Okay, this was one method. Okay, now second method I'm telling. Okay, 12 notebooks, number of notebooks, cost. Let it be X. Okay, for timing. Now see here, number of notebooks decreasing, cost also will decrease. That will know. If number of notebooks is decreasing, cost will decrease. That is, they are in direct variation. So their ratio will be how much? Ratio of the number of notebooks, 12 upon 8. Ratio of the cost, 186 upon X. This is fine. So it will be how much? 12 upon 8 equal to 186 upon X. Take X on that side, 12, and 8 on this side, 186 into 8, and 12 divided by 12. This will be the cost of 8 notebooks. Either this method or this method. Understood this one as well? Ratio of the number of notebooks is same as the ratio of their costs. And they are in
Most
direct
of
variation.
which method we will use?
Any method you can use. Okay, mostly I have been using this method. Okay, this is more easy,
Yes,
and steps, this is more understandable. Okay, I use this method.
Yes, sir.
But we must know both methods. Okay, we know both methods. They are in direct variation. 12 upon 8, number of notebooks will decrease as well, cost will decrease as number. So they are in direct variation. Number of notebooks is direct, cost is in direct variation with
Sir,
number of notebooks. Yes.
sir, do we have to do both methods in notebook?
No, anyone. Okay, I prefer first one. Okay, go for first one. Okay, but you must understand second as well. Okay, second you understood. Okay,
Yes,
now
sir.
do the second part.
Yes, sir.
Now do the second part. How many notebooks will cost 356.50?
Sir, can we do
Yes, you can do any method. That's up to you. Okay, do the second one now. In this, it is just reverse. Okay. How many notebooks will cost 356.50? So in 356.50, how many notebooks we can buy? So how you are going to do this one? Anyone in class?
356.50 divided by the cost of one book.
Okay. So you have to find the cost of one book first. One notebook first. Okay. So cost of one notebook will be how much? Cost of 12 notebooks we already found. Yes, cost of 12 notebooks 186. So one notebook 186 divided by 2. This will be cost of one notebook. We already calculated. Now number of notebooks that can be bought in, this will be 356.50 divided by cost of one notebook. It will be coming 31 into 2 like this, I think. It is divisible by 6. It is divisible by 6, 31 upon 2. So cost of one notebook is 31 upon 2. So 356 0.50 divided by 356 is there. 56. 31 divided by 2. 2 will come in numerator. Understood this one? Or by ratio
Sir,
method, how we
the
can?
answer will come that only.
Yes, that's the answer. Multiply and okay.
Okay, sir.
So it is 23, it is coming. And see here, I'll give one more thing. If you are getting the answer in decimal, then your answer is wrong. Because number of notebooks, it has to be natural number. Yes or no? 5, 6, 7, 8, 23, that can be the
Yes,
answer.
sir.
23.2 you are getting. That means somewhere you have made the mistake. Notebooks cannot be 23.2. That is, shopkeeper won't give 23 notebook and then some part of the notebook, other notebook, 0.2 part. Understood? Okay. So other method,
Yes,
how we
sir.
can do?
Yes,
See
sir.
here, number of notebooks, and here cost of notebook. Number of notebook 12 or 186. Now number of notebooks, let it be x, here 356.50. Their ratios, number of notebooks, this is equal to this. Understood? So now calculate x. This is second method. Okay.
Sir, can you again explain the first method?
Okay, first method, see here. Have you calculated cost of one notebook? Okay, I give one example. For example, cost of 5 toffees is rupees 10. Okay. Now I have given you 20 rupees. How many toffees can you buy? How can you calculate? In rupees 20, how many toffees you will get? Cost of 5 rupees, 5 toffees, rupees 10. So first I will calculate cost of one toffee. Cost of one toffee I will calculate. We will calculate it will be how much? Rupees 10 divided by 5. Rupees 2. So you are having, you can buy one toffee for rupees 2. Now you're having 20 rupees. So how many toffees you can buy? The number of
10.
toffees bought equal to
10.
rupees 20 divided by rupees 2. 10 toffees. Okay. Okay. Understood this one? Now can you calculate that one? So first you will find the cost of one notebook. And you are having 356.50 rupees. You divide by cost of one notebook. That will give you the number of notebook. Understood or you have doubt?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, then do the second one. Second one and then
Sir,
we'll
time
do.
over.
See, 1 minute I'll take only. A person earns rupees 5100 in 3 weeks. How long will it take him to earn this much? Okay. So
Sir, in this we have to find in first week now.
Sir, time is
yes,
over.
in 3 weeks, person earns how much? Only this much I will take. 1 minute I'll take. Rupees 5100.
5,100.
5100. Okay, how much he will earn? Okay, how long it will take him to earn 6800? How long? In how many weeks he will earn 6800? So what will we do? We calculate in 1 week how much he is earning. Okay. Okay. 1 week earning, if we divide this by 1 week earning, we will get the
1,700.
yes, 1,700. The person earns in 1 week. And in how many weeks he will earn this one? So number of weeks equal to
Divided by 1300.
divided by 1700. 170. So it is 17 fours, 4 weeks, I think. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
4 weeks.
Okay, try to
Yes,
do the
sir, 4
second
weeks
one.
only.
Okay, try to do the second and third as homework. We'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. Second and fourth, try second and third, try to do as homework.
Sir, in second we have to 1,700 into 5 only.
That's only how much does he earn 5 weeks. In 1 week, he's earning 1700. In 5 weeks, into 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
Understand
wonderful-
these questions. Okay. Yes. Any doubt you have, you can ask, or you can leave the class now.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day,
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Have a good day.